Hey guys, give me a chance to adjust the camera and get everything ready. This is the homework. I think it could help with the midterm exam. So check it out.
Again, the same thing as trinomial and factory completely. So we have a squared b plus 2ab minus 15b. And they want us to factor this out completely. Again, how many terms are we doing here? Three, right? So it's a trinomial. So before even we go trinomial, what's the very first thing strategy for factoring out completely?
Check to see whether it's a perfect square.
No. Greatest common factor. Very first step, right? Yeah. So very first question, as soon as you start tackling this problem, do we have anything common across all of those terms?
Yeah.
B, very good. Anything else? Just B. Let's just make sure everybody can see, right? So what we are seeing here in this problem is just only B is a greatest common factor. Making a lot of noises.
Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, so what do we need to do? The very first thing, we're going to factor out the greatest common factor, right? So if I factor out B, what we are going to have left inside the parentheses?
A square
A square, very good.
plus 2a
Okay,
subtract 15.
very good. Okay, good. So we factor out the very first thing B, right? Now we cannot stop right now unless you have to continue to find the factors for inside the parentheses. So inside the parentheses, how many terms do we have? 3 terms. So this is a trinomial, right? So the only way we can find the factor for trinomial either is a perfect square trinomial or we do the AC method, right? Now this one is not going to be a perfect square because the first one is a perfect square and the last number is not a perfect square, right? It has to have a perfect square. So since it's not, it is not going to be a perfect trinomial. So now we're going to focus within the parentheses on this trinomial and we're going to try to find the factors by using AC method, right? So here's my question. If I just focus within the parentheses, can you tell me what is going to be A?
1.
What is B?
2.
And C?
Negative 15.
Negative 15. Very good. Okay. So again, I'm going to draw a little cross right here. At the top, you're going to put A times C. That's why we call this AC method, right? And we're going to put at the bottom B. So what is going to go at the top? A times C.
15.
Only 15?
Negative.
Negative 15, right? Because 1 times negative 15. And at the bottom is going to go? 2. So now we're looking for 2 numbers. When we multiply them, we want to get equal to negative 15, right? So only time you're going to have a negative 15 when you multiply 2 numbers, one of them has to be positive, the other one has to be negative, right? Because if you multiply 2 negatives, it's going to be positive. If you multiply 2 positives, it's still going to be a positive, right? So one of them has to be a negative, the other one has to be a positive. When you add those 2 numbers, the result needs to be positive 2. So it means when you add positive and negative number, the larger number is going to be a positive number, right? Otherwise, you will never get a positive 2. So what is going to be the combination?
Negative 3 and 5.
Negative 3 and
5.
5. Okay, how do we come up to those numbers?
You get negative 3 times 5 is negative 15.
Right.
Add.
And then we add, okay, good. Right, so 3 times 5 is 15, so this one is negative. What do you think? Will this work?
Yes.
Okay. So I think what's going to be the factors now? We're going to take 3 terms and we'll convert that into a 4 terms polynomial. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, right. So we're going to leave the first one as it is. We're going to last one, we're going to leave it as it is. It just, instead of having a positive 2a, we're going to split that into 2 terms. It's going to be negative 3a and positive 5a. Right? Because if I add up these 2 terms, what are you going to get? still you're gonna get 2a, right? So we haven't really changed anything. We just have taken the 2a and split that into two terms. That's exactly what we did, right? Again, by the way, this b will continue to be carried on at the end, right? It will just continue to go at the end. So we went from 3 terms to 4 terms, right? And we don't want to just split, 2a to convert into like 7 and minus 5. We don't want to do that, right? So it has to be a right combination. Otherwise, we'll never give you a correct factor. So once we go from 3 terms to 4 terms, then what do?
Factor out.
Split them by? Group them by 2 and 2, right? So the first 2 and the last 2, right? So now if you focus on the first 2 terms, tell me what's the greatest common factor? A, very good. So if I factor this A out, what are you going to have left inside the parentheses? A minus 3, very good. Now middle term is positive, so I'm going to write down positive and then carry on. Between 5a and negative 15, what's the greatest common factor? 5. So we factor 5 out, what are you going to have left?
A minus 3.
A minus 3. Very good. Again, this b will continue to be carried on as it is, right? Because we're not doing anything with the b. Now, within the parentheses, what is common now? A minus 3, so we'll factor that out, right? And then in the other parentheses, it's going to be a plus 5, right? So we'll go, so again, the b will carry on as it is. And then you're going to have a minus 3. And then it's going to be a plus 5. Right? A minus 3, a plus 5, so that would be the result.